Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle, and this is my daughter, Billy.
Hi.
And here's where we'll share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few wrong turns along the scenic route.
I waved with my other hand because I'm petting the dog with my left hand.
We're here to talk about our top 10 spooky games that we hope to play this month. Will we play them all? Maybe.
I mean, judging by our history, probably not.
No,
it is statistically unlikely.
Well, and we're going to get distracted and pick a different game that's not on the list. But these are the top 10 that we are shooting for.
It's top 10 goals, spooky
Right.
goals.
And I think only one of them is a new game. There are some.
Now I got to read the list again.
There's one that we haven't. There's two that we haven't played yet, but only one of them is a new game.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess only one's from this year, right?
So we keep all of our spooky games on a shelf, and then when October and sometimes September rolls around, we start pulling them out and playing them again. We tend to play our games seasonally, and so we get very excited when we're going to bring these back over to the table. Some of them make it to the year-round collection, and some of them go in the spooky season collection. But that said, they're in kind of an order, but probably only number one is really in an order. And if you've watched any of our videos, you probably know what number one is. But let's start.
I'm not sure we've talked about it that much. I mean, we talked about it in the last video.
We did talk about it in the last
But aside
video.
from that, I think it's been a while since we mentioned it.
Yes, because we still haven't played it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with number 10, which is Billy's pick.
Yes. I'm not going to say it out loud. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's on you.
Which is Hako Onna. Sounds close, right?
I don't know. Let's pretend that was it.
This game is kind of Japanese folklore, we believe. It's a scary, scary entity that will haunt your house. And
It starts as a group against one person, but that one person will start to slowly turn members of the group against the rest of the group, find where they're hiding, and it's really...
Yeah, there is a hidden movement element. There's also a bit of a dexterity component because you have to stack these little kind of unbalanced discs to see if you make noise in the room that she's in.
Mm-hmm.
And if on your turn the little tower crashes down, then you've made noise and she can hear you and she knows where you are and starts moving towards you. Think about it as like The Ring, the board game. That's how I see her. It's probably not what it's meant to be, but that's how I see her.
Definitely.
It is a very tense hidden movement game. It is also a game where your friends are going to become the evil spirit that chases you. So you're just trying to escape her and be the last person standing.
I don't think we ordinarily would have looked at this game.
We wouldn't.
Which is unfortunate because it is a... What's the word I'm looking for? Hidden gem.
Hidden gem. It's
gem.
hidden movement, hidden gem.
But we found it because we were at PAX with my best friend Logan, and he is actually the one that pointed it out while we were in line. I think he got a copy, and then we played his copy, and then got our own copy immediately after.
Yeah, it was an impulse buy. Like, you're standing in line and you're like, oh, what's that? I'll take that too, because it is a small box game, which is also fun to have that much game in a little box.
Cool.
So we're looking forward to playing this one again. We have played this one.
I'm very grateful to him for finding it, because I might have missed it.
Yeah, this one's super fun, so we're going to get that one to the table again. At number 9, we have one that we've had for a long time and was one of the first co-op games that we actually enjoyed because we're a little competitive over here.
Yeah, a little.
A little.
A little.
And that is Subterra. And we have the original version because we backed it on Kickstarter way back in the early days of Kickstarter.
In the dawn of time.
You're miners and you're in a cave exploring, and the cave starts to cave in, and there are monsters, and you are trying to get everyone out of the cave safely. It is a really fun game where you have
to use teamwork to make the dream work.
You have to use teamwork to make the dream work. Like I said, it's one of the first co-ops that we actually enjoyed,
Mm-hmm.
And it felt thematically like things were caving in and monsters were popping up, and I think there's gas leaks that happen in there, and you're just kind of trying to get out of a cave. And also, I'm afraid of caves, so
You same tight spaces, not fun.
that the whole game kind of is creepy for me. Probably isn't a spooky season game for everyone, but for me, it is.
There's that one movie that's similar in theme to it that I'm positive I can never watch.
Yeah, we can't be
This
stuck.
game is as close as I can get.
Can't be stuck in a cave. So Subterra is going. We'll definitely get that one played this month.
Mhm.
The next one is one that I put on the list, and Billy went. But that is Dead and Breakfast, which we got last year, and I loved. It is a tile placement game where you're building a bed and breakfast for vampires and witches and ghouls and things like that, and you're scoring based on basically the tile layout. You know, if you can have two witches next to each other, if you can, match the patterns and get the vines to connect. I loved this game.
I haven't played it since last year, or was it last year or was it the year before?
No, it was last year.
Okay, last year. I wonder if maybe I was just in a bad mood or something, because it seems like something I should like, and I at the time
and the art is
didn't
adorable.
seem to be a fan.
Right? It's just cute and it's fun, and it's not a very heavy game. It's definitely a light game, but it's a nice little tile placement puzzle with a haunted theme. Oh no.
Oh no?
We forgot to put a game on this list that I guarantee that we're going to play.
What?
Castle Party.
Oh my god, Castle Party.
So at 8.5.
8.5 is Castle Party.
We have Castle Party.
I am looking forward to trying Dead and Breakfast again to see if I can.
We'll do it on the same day.
Yeah.
We'll go to the Dead and Breakfast, and then we'll go to the party at the castle with all the other witches.
Because we're staying at the Dead. It's over near the castle.
It is, clearly.
It's where you go.
That's what you do. Castle Party is a roll and write where you're drawing polyomino shapes filled with witches and vampires and ghosts.
It's fun and satisfying and puzzly and freaking adorable.
It is the cutest little game.
The theme and the art are so good, and it's just everything about that game is amazing.
The reason that Castle Party got forgotten is because Castle Party lives over with all the games we play all year long.
When we were making this list, we were looking over at the Halloween shelf where we store all the spooky season games, but Castle Party isn't there. We store it with the other games, year-round games, so it just wasn't within eyesight when we were making this list.
It lives on the roll and write shelf.
It does. I love Castle Party so much.
So, oops. All right, at number 7, another game that doesn't live in the spooky season shelf, but we could see it, so
it's right within our view from...
is Whirling Witchcraft, which is a potion-making game with adorable little cauldrons. So you're collecting ingredients and building that engine so you can get more ingredients. However, if your ingredients overflow, it's a problem for you. And at the end of your turn, you get to pass some to your neighbor, making their cauldron overflow, potentially. It has beautiful art. I love the theme, and there's just enough take that in it to make me happy. But it's just a really cute game, and the cauldrons make it just even more fun.
Yeah.
And you have these little cardboard cauldrons that you can place your potion ingredients in. Plus, who doesn't like building out some potions? I love it. So, we will definitely play that one this month.
Also, Brew.
We just forgot a lot, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, kind of, a little bit. We tried to make the list a little too quick, I think.
Brew is the only playthrough we've ever done on the channel of not a solo game.
Oh, yeah, is it?
It is.
Oh,
we
yeah, because when Julia was here, I think, right?
We did it really early on, and Brew is a game about building potions in the forest.
And then burning that forest down.
You can scorch the forest down just to spite people and make it so they can't get any ingredients. It's another kind of adorable, despite the scorching of the forest,
nice
woodland game.
Witch.
Yeah, there's a lot of take that in that game. So some people might not like it, but we love it. So yeah, we forgot to put that one on there too. The next game, number 6, is Crimson Creek, which is a game that I would imagine most people have not heard of.
You say that I've played this, but it was so long ago, I honestly don't think I remember, what it was like to play this game.
Crimson Creek comes in this tiny little tin, And it is basically Friday the 13th, the horror movie, in a game. And so you can be the cheerleader or the jock or, you know, any of the archetypes that would be in that kind of horror movie, a slasher film.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are locations for you to hide, and the villain moves from place to place looking for you. And you have to save your friends and try to get out without getting murdered, and he gets stronger and stronger. I loved this game. We backed this again on Kickstarter in the very early days of Kickstarter. And I don't know that anyone has. I've never seen anyone talk about this game. It was just a little Kickstarter, but I love it. Thematically, it is the horror movies that I grew up with. So you gotta love a good, you know, 80s, 90s horror film in a board game.
I think it's actually more like 70s, 80s.
Hey, easy.
If we're talking Friday the 13th and related.
No, I'm not that old.
That's 70s. Okay.
It's not. Friday the 13th is in the 80s. It came out when I was in high school.
The first one?
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, what year did the first Friday the 13th movie release?
The film Friday the 13th was released on May 9th, 1980.
Okay, borderline. 1980 is borderline.
That's the 80s.
Only by technicality.
Number 5 is the only brand new game on this list that we have not played yet.
Right, yes.
It's not the only game we haven't played yet. It's the only brand new
one
game we haven't played yet. And that is Dreadful Meadows. Dreadful Meadows is a little game about farming candy. What more could you want in a game?
We'll have to make sure to have a dish of Halloween candy on hand.
Yes, we will have to have real candy.
For thematic, you know.
Yeah, just to play.
Yes.
We don't know all that much about it. We've watched a few videos. Foster the Meeple did a great video on Dreadful Meadows, so you can go check that out. But we're just looking forward to, you know, farming some candy and playing a game. We will let you know what we think about this one. I have great confidence that this one will hit the table.
Yes.
Actually, I'm being pretty confident about it.
I'm pretty sure you just jinxed it, by the way. By saying how confident you were, it's going to end up being one of the ones that doesn't make it.
Next on the list at number 4 is Broom Service.
I love Broom Service.
Broom Service is a pickup and delivery game about little witches making potions and taking them across the countryside, flying on their little brooms to deliver them. It's also a bit of a bluffing game where if I'm going to say I'm
cowardly witch.
I'm a brave little witch, it's going to affect the other players and what cards they can or can't play, and they're going to try and guess what card you're going to play and choose their hand accordingly. It is also one of the prettiest games that I had seen early on. Board game art has changed a lot since we started playing board games. But this one early on was bright and colorful, and I remember, it has witch meeples. And I remember seeing this, and every time I saw it, I thought, what is that game? I would like to check that game out. Until we finally managed to find a copy and play it.
I still remember when we found it. It was like the bottom shelf at a convention. It was the last one they had.
Yeah, we've been looking forever. So this is an adorable game that I can't to get back to the table. There's all variations. You can add like storm clouds and things like that to change up the play. But since we haven't played it in a while,
we should probably
play
do the simple version first.
But it is a really fun pick up and deliver game.
Yes.
And aside from Outer Rim, I think it's my favorite pick up and deliver.
Outer Rim is tough competition, but Broom Service is adorable and simple.
Number 3 is one that we have played aside from spooky season, but I think it's just that it's sometimes difficult to set up we don't play it, and that is Mansions of Madness, which is a brilliant game. I would say it's a dungeon crawl, right?
Yeah, I think, and it's app assisted, which is something we thought we would never like, but
yeah, I was one of those people who were like, I don't want any apps in my game, but I do want apps in my game.
I do want
if they're like this, if they're going to give, the atmosphere, right? Especially in a spooky game.
And
yeah. So I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed using the app. I want to play more. We only ever keep doing like the beginnings.
Yeah, because we wait too long between.
And then we have to start over because I have the memory of a gnat.
Same.
So we can't just pick up where we left off easily. So we're going to try and play a little bit of this spooky season. It is a game that will never leave our collection. and it's in our top games. We just don't play it as often as we would like to play it.
Yeah, it's because it takes a lot of like motivation to do the setup, and I
Says
think.
the person who doesn't set up
Oh,
games.
come on.
But yes, Billy is right.
Okay, throwing you under the bus for the next opportunity.
Okay. Number 2, we actually have 2 of,
Here we
but
go.
we're choosing to play one, and that is Horrified, and we choose American Monsters.
Yes,
Because we like the cryptids.
because Jersey Devil,
And
Mothman, Bigfoot.
We love this. And I love that it looks like you're kind of park rangers. The colors in the original were, I thought they were pretty, but they're bright.
Mhm.
And the colors in the sequel, the American Monsters, are like park ranger colors. They're tans and browns and forest greens, and it feels like you're camping and a monster's going to get you in your sight. And you have to try and save the dumb villagers. I think it's American Monsters that has the soda jerk, and
It does, yeah.
you didn't
He's
know
just-
that was an actual thing.
No, he's just the rude man who hangs out near the soda.
I had to explain what a soda jerk was.
He just stands near the soda and kind of sneers at you.
So we are going to try some different combinations of monsters and play Horrified. If you've watched our videos before, you know what number 1 is, and we are really going to try this year to get this played, and that is My Father's Work. This was one of my most anticipated Kickstarters ever. I remember waiting and waiting and waiting for it to come. And then when it got here, the components are so beautiful. There's
It's
little
insane how cool
bottles
it is.
for the experiments, and it's absolutely
All the
gorgeous.
minis and the little. Oh
It's
my
fantastic. And it made me very sad that we didn't get it to the table. And then we decided that we weren't going to be motivated because it wasn't the right time of year, and we put it over on the shelf, and there it sat. So now we're going to take it back off the shelf and see if we can get this to the table. It is a game played over 3 generations, and you have to try and keep the villagers from panicking and storming the castle and build out a monster. So you pass your research down from generation to generation, but not everything goes with it. So you have to keep building every generation.
I'm so excited
In order
play
to
this.
create
But
your
we're
monster.
gonna have to like pick a day and just plan for it like a week in advance.
Yeah, it's not going to be Halloween either.
No, because we'll be doing so many Halloween things. Well,
Because we'll be
people coming
watching Young
over.
Frankenstein
Yeah, I am Frankenstein.
and giving out candy and eating candy. And oh yeah, by the way, packing, because
Oh yeah,
I'm leaving the next day for
you are
Disney.
leaving without me because you're a
Yeah.
monster. You
Yep.
hate fun.
Yep.
It's all true. It's not like you're gonna take me in 2 more months or 3 more months. I'm bad at math.
Anyway, those are the games that we are hoping to get played this spooky season.
We should also play Campy Creatures.
We should play Campy Creatures, which is another, it's like B horror movie art,
Yeah.
little card game. That's a lot of spooky. We have
Yes.
a lot of spooky games. It just is what it is. We like this. Those are the games that we're looking forward to playing this month. What spooky games are you looking forward to bringing to the table? Let us know in the comments. If you like what you see, oops, nope.
Oh no.
Nope. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see,
Or if you'd like to keep watching until we get one right.
then please like, subscribe, and share. If you'd like to join this discussion in our Discord, then all of that information will be down below. Hop on in and say hi. There's a lot of friendly people in there who love to talk about board games. As always, open tables, open minds, and play your shelves.
Bye.
And you are miners, right?
Miners, not miners.
Miners, not miners.
Caves can cave in, but can they cave out?
No,
Why?
we're done.
Not why. Okay, simple's not the right word. No, it is, but not in a very good way. Not a, it sounds like a bad. I don't know. I'm overthinking this.
A little bit.
We'll cut all that out.
All right.